World War II veteran and Olympic hero Louis Zamperini died of pneumonia at age 97, just 5 months before his remarkable life story would reach theaters.
What we tried to do was the themes of Louis' story we would put into this very dramatic period of his life, but make sure that all of the themes were present.
He goes like this.
Survival, resilience, and redemption are the themes director Angelina Jolie aimed to capture in the film that follows Zamperini's life.
The only reason you're not in reform school now is because of the respect we have for your parents.
From troubled childhood to Olympian.
He seems to have some gas in reserve.
And then to soldier, where a plane crash stranded him for 47 days on a raft in the Pacific, only to be captured by the Japanese Navy. As a prisoner of war, he faced years of unspeakable torture.
If I can take it, I can make it.
Precisely.
My brother Pete used to say that. He used to think that I could do anything. He used to think that I was better than I am.
British actor Jack O'Connell plays the role of Louis.
I'll tell you this, watching the film and having read about his life, watching the film and looking at you, I saw him. How did you become him?
I just had to know him. I felt like I had to at least connect with him once. And the rest was, you know, a result of Laura Hillenbrand's very informative book. And so I wasn't short of resource, you know, when Angelina knew him. So she constantly was able to refer back to the man himself, and we could make decisions based on whether we thought that was Louis or wasn't Louis, basically.
Unbroken is an adaptation of Laura Hillenbrand's best-selling book.
It needs to just feel like, let it just sink in.
But Angelina ends her story with Zamperini's return home from the war, before the war hero becomes an alcoholic, and before he meets a popular young evangelist.
I know that Christians know his story because of his conversion at a Billy Graham crusade. But how important was faith long before that happened?
That's what we tried to get into the film. We wanted to make sure that people understand it's not that you suddenly realize there's something beyond you in the world, and that man is not alone is something that we wanted to say from early on in the raft, in the prison camps, that there's this, whatever your faith, there's something there, and whether you choose to see it is your choice. And when you come to it, and when you feel it, it is there for you. And so it was very important to us that sometimes in the mother praying, sometimes in the sunrise, there is always this, what we would refer to as the light in the film.
There's also darkness. Jolie tapped Japanese guitarist Miyavi to play Mutsushiro Watanabe, the guard who made it his mission to break Zamperini's spirit.
Look at
Miyavi had to learn English for this intense role known as the Birdman.
Look me in the eye.
You're a musician by training. This is your acting debut. Really curious, what drew you to this specific project?
Actually, I was so nervous and then hesitant to tackle this role. But, I met Angie in Tokyo, and she said that she wanted to make a creation which could be a bridge between America, Japan, even countries which have been having similar issues in conflict. So, even as a Japanese, I was scared. But I thought this is really meaningful. It's not about the war. It's not about the conflict, America, Japan. No, it's all about forgiveness and an unbroken spirit.
Louis Zamperini is among the millions of veterans who served and are honored here at the World War II Memorial. And whether in print or now on the big screen, his story is a reminder of why they're so often called America's greatest generation. Zamperini met the cast before Angelina Jolie wrapped production of his story in February. And he saw the film before he died. Angelina showed it to him on her computer.
You, at least from my observations of interviews with you and him together, you guys had an amazing friendship. I'm really curious, how did knowing him and doing this film change you?
It made me a better person. It reminded me, it re-inspired me, and my faith in the human spirit and in the power of brotherhood and love and family and faith and all of these things that are what we often many people don't lean on enough in life, and we often lose hope and forget that this is there. And Louis' story, we hope when people walk out of the theater, they hold themselves a little higher and they face their next challenge with a little more strength.
Ephraim Graham, CBN News, New York.